All right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming to today's Connect and Chill. I know it's a summer Saturday at 3 o'clock here on the East Coast, so it's not easy for some of you to take time away from your barbecues and maybe the pool because it is so hot. But I really appreciate it. It's going to be a great conversation. I know we have a lot of people that set reminders, so I'm sure they'll be joining us maybe a few minutes late. No worries. But I'm excited for the conversation, choosing your circle, building your tribe. I know I have had quite the journey here on X doing that myself. It's not easy, it takes time, and you make some mistakes along the way, but it's okay. I'm Elle. I'm excited to host this space for you, and I have my good friend Benjamin here by my side, who is an awesome co host. So I want to thank you guys, like I said, for joining us, whether you're here to share your experience, listen in, or contribute in any way. Your presence is invaluable. I also want to shout out those that may be listening to the recording later or tuning in through Audacity in the metaverse because your time and energy is appreciated as well. So, as usual, this is an open mic sort of roundtable discussion. Feel free to request the mic, hop up, join the conversation. I'd like to remind you guys that it is a safe space, so we do value respect and kindness here. Be mindful of not just what you say, but how you say it. Let's keep things respectful and supportive. And then, of course, go down to the bottom right corner. You guys have the deal. Like, share the space, let people know we're here. Comments are always welcome, and I'll be sure to pay attention to them for those of you that might not be able to hop on the mic. But definitely let us know your thoughts, your journey, and whatever you're willing to share, because the more that we teach each other, the better it is for all of us. So before we get into the conversation while you guys are doing that, I do want to hand the mic over to my co-host. Happy Saturday. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. As Els stated, we super appreciate everyone who comes to the space. Choosing your circle, building your tribe. This is absolutely going to be a phenomenal conversation. So we're really looking forward to the discussion. And yeah, I'm going to do a quick kind of like a quick background. I came back to X early last year, right around or right after Brady announced his second retirement. And thank goodness that happened because that led me to X, and that led me to meeting all you amazing people within this space. you know, um, I think Alan kind of knows more about, how I started. I am really, when I first came onto X, I was really more of an introvert. And so spaces was really new for me. Um, I was still trying to figure out how I can kind of put myself out there. And so, it took me a while before I felt comfortable and I felt like I can share and I felt like I can, kind of give more of like my personal experiences and, the ability to, you know, um, kind of build upon our circle and build upon our tribe. And over these last year and a half, give or take, it's been one heck of a ride for me. Certainly within these last, I would say, 6 to 7 months, I came into contact with Elle through our spaces, and it's been one fun journey ever since. So looking forward to the conversation. We are grateful for you all. Elle, if you don't mind, we do have some sponsors for the space. So this is partly inspired by Keenan and Kel, where Kel absolutely love his orange soda, and we haven't done this for Connect and Chill in quite some time. So here we go. And yes, I am doing this completely sober. I have H2O next to me. So here we go. Who loves to connect and chill, choosing your circle and building your tribe? We all love to connect and chill, choosing your circle and building your tribe. Is that true? We do, we do, we do, we do, we do. Woo! Yeah, so with that being said, Al, I'm going to hand the mic back to you, my friend.
Perfect. It would not be Connect and Chill if we didn't have our sponsors and all of that good stuff. But it was a perfect transition into what I wanted to say and just getting started, right? Laying the foundation for the conversation. Why community matters. Why is it important? Well, one, we're human, right? So it's just natural. You want to find your people. You want your people that you can talk to, you can lean on. And the community provides a sense of belonging, support. It can help us when we're going through tough times, right? Enhances our mental, our emotional well being. And then it fosters growth, right? We're all working towards the same thing. So it helps us feel like we're part of something. I love all of those things. When I first came to X, I had just moved, and I think that's what I was looking for, that sense of belonging and support. And so I just jumped into a community, not really knowing what that meant. I was new into Web3, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation because so many of you are new, and you come to me asking for guidance and asking me, what my experience has been like. So I just want to be transparent and share it with all of you, have it here in a space. I didn't necessarily make the right choices because I was looking to get into a community so quickly, right? I wanted to make friends. Oh, there's Tiona. Perfect. Tiona has been with me since the beginning. So he knows all about the communities, the good, the bad, the ugly that we've been through together. And so I joined this community and it sounded so great. Everyone seemed to be working hard and I learned a lot. That was the most important part of it. I was new to Web3, so I did not know anything about crypto or the blockchain. And thankfully, it was a safe space to learn all of that. But I put so much time into building up this project and I wasn't working on myself at all. I don't think I even cared about like my followers or what I was doing or just my identity at all. And then the community just disappeared, right? The founders just rugged the project, they left, and it was just me there, like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Who am I in Web3? What is my identity? Who is L? And I had to figure that out. And I started building myself, which is why now I tell you guys when you are building a community, when you guys are trying to build your tribe, make sure that you're looking at yourself first and not in any sort of selfish way, but you don't want to just build someone else's dream up, right? And then what are you getting out of this? Think about who you want to be in Web3, what you want to build, and then find people that you can do that with. And that's really hard to do. And it's really easy to get lost in a project and get lost focusing on mint out or whatever the founder's goals are. And it can be fun. And maybe that's something that you want to do, but just realize that if they decide to pull out, they decide to leave, or if they change their tune, then you may just be left alone, and it's not fair to yourself, to put yourself in that sort of situation. So this is me, just being open and honest. If you have any questions or things that you want to add, I'd love to hear them as well. But that was the first thing I learned, and that was my first big mistake. And then I went to another project and I tried to do that, and I put so much into it, which is also a me issue, right? Like I don't know how to say, all right, I'm just going to do this for 1 hour a week. I don't necessarily put the boundaries up, which was another space we had. Boundaries are important. And then I just gave so much, and no one else was doing it. So ultimately the project couldn't succeed. Right? If everyone isn't actually passionate and working to make something grow, it's not going to grow, right? Common sense. But sometimes we try and try to make it happen, but it doesn't always work. So first and foremost, look at yourself. What do you want to build here? What are you trying to do? Establish your identity. And then from there, start finding like minded individuals, people that not only ask for your support, but also want to give you that same support back. And from there, I think slow baby steps, you really start to figure out where you belong and who you belong with and who you enjoy. Oh, here's Vicky on Ton. Speaking of people I enjoy, she's coming up. And I think just slow and steady really wins the race because there's so much happening, right? And like Web 2, Web 3, whatever you want to call it, whichever world you're in, there are so many different communities. And it's easy to just say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm super bullish on this. But are you? Like, do you know what you're signing up for? Maybe not. Things to be careful. I know a lot of the people that have actually, well, not a lot, but some of the people that have asked me these questions are here. So I'm really happy. And I hope that this is helpful for you to have this honest conversation that you don't always automatically find your circle and it's perfect and everything is working. Sometimes we make mistakes and then we just keep trying, but that's okay. So we have Vicky on Ton up here. So nice to see you. Happy Saturday. How are you doing?
Vicky, are you there?
Oh, well, maybe it's her network. You know how that goes sometimes, or it could just be X being funny. It's been really weird this week. There have been like 100 updates. It's hard to keep up. I feel like I'm always being told, update your Twitter, update your Twitter. It's like I can't keep up. But anyway, that was a little bit into my start here. I don't know, Benjamin, how your start was. If you want to share, was it nice and easy? Was it a little rocky like mine was?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so when I first came back, I fell into the wrong crowd. And so, at first I thought, okay, well, were going to be a part of my circle. And I thought, okay, they were going to be a part of my tribe. And, for the first few months, it was okay. But then I kind of realized their true intentions. And at that point, I realized, okay, I can't be a part of this crew. I just can't. They're not my vibe. They're not what I'm all about. And Ellie, you know a lot of how I am on this platform. And, I try my best to spread kindness and positivity. And, sometimes you have to recognize that, you really have to take into consideration what's best for yourself. You have to put yourself first, so that who will always have your best interest at heart, and so that you can support others. And once I kind of left that crew, I came into a bunch of different friends on this app. And I think it's been one of the biggest blessings for me, just because I would have never in a million years thought I'd get to this point. And, there's been so many people that encouraged me to start spaces and host, CLE, for example, because that would not have happened had I not met a lot of amazing people. And, every time I hear someone say, your spaces really help uplift and encourage me, it means so much because your presence also helps uplift me as well. I say this um, a lot to Elle. A lot of this year was not necessarily pretty, and it was a lot of trials and tribulations. So to be able to host CLE or to be able to come in to connect and chill, to be able to be a part of this circle and this tribe has mean wonders for me. And um, it's been one of the biggest, I would say, blessings because, I have grown out of my shell and been more um, kind of be myself, right? And Elle kind of knows how I am, based off of a lot of our conversations. And, that's what we so appreciative of one another is we bring so much different. Or we bring so much to this platform and yet we get along so great. So that's why I encourage everyone to come participate in spaces, or even host as well, because you may never know the kind of impact you have on someone's life, since they may not always tell you, but know that you are making a positive impact. And so, just take a chance, right? Go into spaces, eventually start hosting, and we'll be supporting you every step of the way. Real quick, Al, I just got off the phone with the Olympics committee, and so we got a couple of sponsors for this space. So here, we're brought to you by Simone Biles, Michael Phelps. They are the newest sponsors for Connect and Show, and we so appreciative of Simone and Michael for sponsoring this space. This space is also brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Once again, In-N-Out Burger is a proud sponsor of this space. It is currently 12:16 here on the West Coast. That means it's probably lunchtime for a lot of you. And if you're on the East Coast, that's 3 p.m. ish. I know you don't necessarily have In-N-Out, but I'm sure there's Shake Shack. There's I'm not sure if you have Cookout. I think Cookout is more on the East Coast. So there's Cookout as well. So make sure you grab yourself some lunch. Stay hydrated. It is hot. If you can, go to a water park. Stay cool. With that being said, try not to consume too much alcoholic beverages because that doesn't necessarily hydrate you. So I would say that is helpful advice. But I may be able to talk, or I could keep going, but I do want to give our fellow speakers a chance. So with that being said, if you would like to speak, you are more than welcome to.
Yo, what's up, L? What's up, Benjamin? What's up, Dee? What's up, DJ? What's up, Vicky on time? What's up, Charles? What's up, Nightwolf? That's my bigger side right there, my darker ego. But yeah, my journey pretty. I started in 2021 during COVID. I started on a smaller blockchain, Wax P. I noticed that the thing that really got me into it was Street Fighter and NFT and just collecting in general. And I became like a collector of NFT over the past year and happened to land on the BTFD rabbit because I just like DD's energy. When he first introduced himself and stuff, and just the crew back then. The OG crew, and just feeling the energy. And for the past, I would say the past 2 3 years, I've seen DD on the app and consistent with the space. That also builds a good branding. And so I was like, okay, this is an investment, right? A long-term investment also in this space with the NFT. When I support projects or I buy it, right, I don't think about the monetary value. I think about the community first because I think building a grassroots and who you connect with really matters the most. And not only that, like even if I'm not that active, even just coming back into it, they still show me love and just holding those NFTs as a collector, it's just like, yo, I'm part of this community. I've seen the growth from where they started to now. It's just like, kudos and amazement too, to the conviction of the project itself and just the community. Because when you have those community that's been with you for that long, even with the whatever the market dictates, right? That represents like the integrity of the people that's around. And I think that really matters the most. I've been in this space for so long. I've been rugged so many times already. That I could probably open up shop and become a rug merchant. Selling bags of old bags that has no monetary value. But it's just like you gain a lot of wisdom and in this space by asking questions because you could choose to do everything by yourself, but that'll take longer, right? That's why there's certain people with certain strength and talents, right? You got to connect with those people because I might be good at one thing, but I'm not good at everything, And I noticed that like we are better when we're together, as just being like that's the human thing to do. When I got into space, I was very what is it? Like Benjamin said, kind of shy on the mic, and I didn't develop my was it professional speaking in this place, just having like a voice out there. And I'm always very self-aware and self-conscious. So, I tend to, stutter a little bit, but, as I got into ease into the space, it gave me an opportunity to build confidence and being around people and, that helps you get better, and seeing them get better, it just motivates you even more. And I realized one thing is like, it's all about collaboration. It's not about competition. It's all about collaboration, because when you collaborate, the more you collaborate, people see your vision, and people are more willing and likely to support you. Whether your art is whack or whatever, it doesn't even matter after that. It matters about the person itself, what they are trying to do. And we want that. I think like having that type of people and that type of that type of mindset, sets a trend in the space, because really by the end of the day is setting your own trend and being connected with people that are that support your trend, and you support each other, and it's the best way to go in this space.
Wow, I think you said so much amazing stuff right there. What's your name? Light Wolf. Okay, it's so cool to connect with you. I actually copied one of the things you said. You said better together, and I just had to hashtag that immediately when I reposted the space. So thank you. You talked about collaboration, learning, asking questions. These are all so important, especially at the start of your journey, but I think even throughout your journey as you go, because like you said, you're not the best at anything. I know I'm not the best at anything. I might have some tips for certain things, but I learn so much from other people, and I definitely ask a lot of questions. I pay attention, I watch, I see what people do, I see what works, what doesn't. So I really appreciate you sharing your experience and sharing that it was also a bumpy road and it wasn't all perfect. You're ready to open up your rug store. Unfortunately, never like to see that, but I know we all have those NFTs. I have that from that community I mentioned. They're just sitting there on all blockchains too. Ugh. But yeah, it was great connecting with you, and I really loved your story. So thank you for that. And then we also have DGen Dev. I know his hand went up. What's going on, my friend? Happy Saturday.
Yo, GM, GML, GM Benjamin, GM Didi, Vicky, Vida. I see Tiona is coming on and dropping off. I don't know, probably his network or something. But yeah, it's actually funny. Um, Tiona has a support group, right? He has his own community, he has his own tribe, like you said, right? And I was speaking with Drizzy Omima this afternoon, and we're kind of sharing tips on how we want to expand our network and grow a little bit more. And we just decided why not follow Sirena steps and create our own tribe, right? And I was thinking of a name to give it, but I couldn't come up with anything until I hopped up on the space. And you mentioned building your own tribe, so I literally just started. I tweeted about a poll right now and about what name should we try tribe or tribe vibe. I don't know. I couldn't pick one, so I have a poll running right now, and it's just going to be um a group on X right here, and it's going to be people with like minds, right? When you're building your tribe, you don't want to build your tribe around people that don't share the same goals with you, right? People that don't have the drive and motivation to move along with you. Not small minded people, right? People that see people that you can share your goals with, and they would envision it with you, and they'll be like, "You, we've got this. I'm going to push. We are going to push together. We are going to get through this together, and all that." Right. So one thing I'm doing with the tribe, I don't know wherever we're going to pick the name. I'm just going to be handpicking some of my supporters, people that show up with me, that show up on my feed every day, that support me, right? So I figured out that, like I was said when I first stopped up in the space, I'm in a lot of groups that I'm not active there, and it's not because the group is not active. It's just because they don't share the same. They don't see what I see, right? And for someone that thinks very, very, very big, I feel like there's not a lot of people that 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 see what I see, and it's part of the reason why I connected. Um,
Can you guys hear him?
that's the most important thing. People that are willing to support you. People like biggest supporters I know. He supports a lot, like really, really supports, and is is this person that I really cherish a lot, because no matter what, no matter what you do, Tiona is always there to support you, right? Is And that's why I support him back in return. And he, thankfully he connected me. I followed him up onto L space one day, and boom, I connected with L also. And ever since then, L has been turning up for my spaces. I've been upping up in my spaces too, and it goes to show that there's a reason why Tiona and L connected, and there's a reason why I and Tiona are connected. And it goes to show that we all have the same goal. We are all willing to grow, no matter how hard the grind is and all that. So don't just connect with random people, or if you are connected to the wrong community, if you are in the wrong tribe, you are not going to grow. I know some people that are comfortable where they are right now, and I'm not comfortable there. So if I'm there and I'm trying to push harder, they won't push harder with me. And one thing I know is that, especially for someone that has ADHD, right? I find it hard to move alone. Like I need to have someone like an accountability partner that is there with me every day to say, yo, you got this. You can do this, right? So that's basically why I am always with you now, right? So anytime I'm down, I feel like, yo, I can't do this. So I totally forgot. I up on next and I see Tiona street. I'm like, yo, Tiona's up again. Then so Tiona and Drizzy are like my accountability partner. Drizzy is always texting me, reminding me of things that I forgot to do, because ADC and all that, I forgot things a lot. So shout out to Tiona and Drizzy for that. But yeah, it's just being with the right people. To call it short, I don't want to start rambling and yapping and all that. So connect with the right people, connect with people with like minds, and just watch yourself fly. That's the main point, right? Make sure you're connected to the right people. Find your own tribe and connect properly.
I really love that. Oh my gosh, you guys are so poetic. Build with the right people and watch yourself fly. Yeah, that was nice. I also posted your poll up top. So if everyone can do our friend a favor, he's currently taking a poll as he creates his support system. Unsure about the name, so just take a couple seconds, go up there and vote. I voted, but I'm not going to tell you what I picked. I don't want to influence any of the votes. We don't need any more voter fraud or whatever you want to call it. So, DGen, I think you're awesome, and I can totally see you running your own support group because you are such a positive person and you give a lot of support. Tiona is someone for me that's like an accountability partner. I mentioned at the beginning, we've been in this since the beginning, since that project that I mentioned, and we came together and we said, how are we going to do this? What do we want to build? And even though he might have his journey that he's building on ton, and I might be somewhere else, we always come together. We let each other know what we're doing. We do spaces together, and he's definitely an important person for me that I look out for. And if I see him in a space, I got to show up. So I'm glad that you have Tiona on your side because he's awesome. He's honest, which is hard to find, and he's a hard worker. And you want friends that are hard workers, especially if you're trying to build, you're trying to grind. If your friend's not working hard and they're just slacking, you guys aren't going to get anywhere. So it's nice that you said you're putting in that work, and I'm excited for your group. I hope I get an invite. We'll see. But we have hands, so enough. I will hand it over to Creative. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I had a second in between. I had a little break from my drill, so I thought I would say what's up to everybody, see how everybody's doing, see how everybody's enjoying their Saturday. Um, Man, I had the weirdest thing just happen to me. Like, so I'm on drill, so I'm in full uniform and stuff like that, and everything, so everybody can see I'm in the military and stuff like that. So as I was walking through Best Buy, like trying to look for this little adapter for my laptop, like, this older white guy just jumped from behind the stanchion and was like, "Thank you for your service." And I was like, "Yo, what the?" And like I try to keep a straight face, right? And then he was just telling me his whole life story and stuff. So just a tidbit, just a tip for everybody. When you see a person in uniform, it's cool to approach them and tell them how you appreciate them for their service. But don't be creepy. Don't be spooky. Don't just be running up on them because a lot of us we got PTSD and stuff like that. So we don't really take too kindly to the quick pop outs and stuff. Just be mindful, be courteous. You know what I mean? We appreciate the support. But man, it was just the creepiest crap. Like he just jumped out of nowhere, and I was like, "Holy, man, is it Halloween already? Goddamn, you trying to scare a brother, especially me being a brother too. Like, we got quick reflexes. And sometimes our reflexes react before we can even speak. So, hey, do it at your own risk. That's all I'm gonna say. Just do it at your own risk. Nah, but with all that being said, I just want to say when it comes to, the topic of the space and stuff like that, I really, really like it because this is one of my focuses lately is trying to really like build a tribe, but I call it family. I mean, everybody got their own little titles for it or whatever, but L's part of the family, Ben's part of the family, Intricate's part of the family. You know what I mean? Yeah, so all these people are part of this family that we trying to build, man. And it's very very important. The more diversity that you have in your tribe or in your village or in your family, the more things you guys can actually build and actually create, right? Like if everybody is the same mindset, if everybody's the same, they got the same skills, they got the same this and the other, then it's going to limit what your lane is. And I think it's very, very important to be as diverse as possible so that there are no limitations. That whatever you guys want to do, you guys can do and make it happen within your own tribe, within your own group, within your family. So I just encourage everybody to choose diversity. Don't try to have everybody have the same mindset and the same. Everybody look the same, blonde hair, blue eyes. Everybody do computers, or everybody just do Web3, or everybody just do carpentry or whatever. Just have diversity in your group. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you'll see people that might not you may feel might not be at your level or whatever you feel, and then pull them up, man, and make them a part of your group, and you'll be surprised what they can bring to the table. Sometimes people are shy, sometimes people are quiet, but they are looking for a place to have a safe space, to have a safe group of people. They do want to incorporate themselves. So that quiet person that comes to your spaces, that quiet person that sits in your rooms, that quiet person that's around your groups when you guys hang out and stuff like that doesn't really say much, learn how to engage that person, man. You'll be surprised what kind of hidden gems they have. So just wanted to share that. Just wanted to say what's up, man. I'm gonna head back in here and get back to my drill. But much love to everybody in the group. All right.
Awesome, creative. Thank you for sharing. I know you were busy, but it's always good to have you up here. Great story. Yes, no jump scares IRL, please, guys. Don't just creep on people. Have a little respect. I could literally just imagine it, but I'm glad your reflexes weren't on overtime because homeboy might not be here right now.
What y'all? What?
But have a great day.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, Creative does spaces too. I don't know if you guys have been in them Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays temporarily on pause because of his military duties, but he has a space on Tuesday with Intricate that is called Tough Talks, and it's really real. Everyone can be really honest, and the topics change each week. But I always think of it like coming around the fire, and everyone sharing their stories. Recently, they've been saying the family table. That works too. And it's just a place where you can be open and raw, and it's another safe space like this one, which I think people need. We have a lot of these huge mega spaces, and you guys already know. I'm not going to throw any shade, but sometimes you just need a smaller group where you could be you. And he definitely hosts spaces like that, so something to check out. Benjamin mentioned this earlier. Look around the room, connect with people, follow people on the panel, follow people you think you might connect with, because there's a lot of great people in this space. I'm lucky enough to have connected with some really awesome individuals, and I'd love to, foster more of those connections for you guys. So next up, I think we had Tiona with his hand up, but I don't see it up at the moment. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we'll hand it to Tiona and then go over to Peg.
Yo, guys. I mean, it's a connect and chill, but I feel like connecting and partying, right? But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it cool. Uh yo, the house is full, and there's no greater joy to hopping on L space and then come on, see the turn up, right? I mean, I could see the different animal PFPs, the funny ones I like. I could see Margie's PFP, the laser eyed. Trust me, I like it, right? Yo, I'm so happy. Not for anything, guys. I'm just happy because as of now the market is going down, and I don't know why my happiness is going up. But yo, that's how we do, right? In the red, when we see the red candles, we keep building, we keep connecting. That's how it's supposed to be. Do not look at your bags as of now, because you're gonna get heartbroken, right? So yeah, choosing your own circle and building your own tribe. All right, let me just talk a little about this topic, right? It is important you have your little circle, your own circle. Now, just like Didn't Dev mentioned, somebody you can, accountable for, somebody that can be accountable for your growth, right? I used to say this on spaces a lot, that if I am down, most of the times when I'm down, right, I I usually run to L's DM, lamenting and all and everything. I feel so weak at that DMs because yeah, I'm comfortable with L. L is a good help, and of course, sometimes back then we used to have calls and the likes, but yeah. So I personally am very selective of my own people, my own circle, people like I can, you know, break down my heart to and how I feel, and of course, get help from. the help is not necessarily financial help, but a help that can help you financially from your own self, right? So that's so much of how L has been a great friend. And of course, Dijin Dev. For Dijin Dev, we've known ourselves for 6 years. We've been battling in crypto. We've been digging it out, digging it any on no angles, right? So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey. But during my journey in crypto and Web3, I was careful to selecting my circle, right? People that if they don't see me online in a day or two, right, they are gonna ring my phone and say, "Yo, T, I haven't seen you today," or they see a mistake or slow growth, and they reach out to me and point out all of these kind of things, help my hands, raise my hands. Yo, it's been a wild ride, right? And of course, it can't just like Did have said, it's not just easy to be alone in this Web3. It's not easy, right? But then I would not mention all these and not shout out to Happy Food down there. You guys can see Happy Food as well. The the cat with the glasses is my brother. I met him I think a few months back, and with my relationship with him, it has been a great and super journey. Life has been made easier, especially on the Ton blockchain. So I've met great people, right? And these people I hold them tight as my own circle, as building my own tribe. People I go comfortable to their DM and rant and talk and discuss and build and whatnot. So it's crazy. And all I can say is I'm grateful for these people, right? I'm grateful for Drizzy. I will not forget Drizzy. We've been through thick and thin. We've seen we've seen the beers and we've seen the blues. So many of it, right? And yo, it's just the beginning because I feel like Web3 has not only given me friends, but has given me family, international family, Nigerian family, American family. And of course, we're gonna make so much money that traveling to America is not gonna be a hard crack or whatever you call it, right? I could just go to L's place, spend a week, and come back to Nigeria if I want. And that's why we're here grinding every day, right? And of course, making all of these connections. So it's gonna happen. Just connect with the right people. If you are gonna connect with someone else, the right one to connect with, she's got sometimes. I used to tell her that I envy how she thinks because she thinks like I don't know. I can't really explain, but she thinks she's smart. Let me just put it that way, right? And yeah, if I'm running out of options, I run to Happy Food's DM. I'll just tell you, bro. I think I'm toasted. I think I'm done. I don't know what to do at this point of my life. And this is how say it in their DMs. And of course, some people will just be like, "Why is this boy saying like that?" But their response is like hopium, right? It's like a hope, right? And of course, they are gonna like talk to you, lead you right, and all of those kind of things, right? Did you Dev is a hardcore builder. I don't know, guys. He's got so many skills and talents, some of which I envy a lot. Not gonna lie. So, we're all grinding and we're all gonna make it, right? But just hold these people you hold tight, hold them strong, hold them close. And of course, success is not gonna be when the success comes, they're gonna like all of these grinding is gonna be a story. Like it's gonna be a story to tell, right? So thank you guys. I'll be having a meeting with the support system around 9 on our Telegram group. So just came to drop my 2 cents about everything, and I'm gonna be hopping off. Shout out to you, Earl. The space is amazing, and shout out to Didi. Shout out to the buy the fucking dip. Okay, yeah, BD. Yo, that thing, right? Come on. Shout out to you guys. You guys are legends, and I respect you guys showing up every day, building massively. I am holding strong my PFP. I mean my NFT. I don't want to swear, but I'm not selling that shit. That's why I'm so happy that I don't get to visit MetaMask every day. And yes, there's nothing that's gonna take me to MetaMask or go. Well, I don't even interact with gas. Hell knows I don't do the gas fees and shit, right? So it's gonna like stay there for eternity. I'm not selling that shit, right? Because I love the PFP. I love the fact that it's part of the OG collection and many benefits. And of course, I'm here for the benefits as well, right? So shout out to the real builders. You guys that show up every day. You guys that keep building. You guys that keep connecting. I mean, shout out to Benjamin too. Shout out to everybody in the space. One love, guys.
I'm so glad Tiona got to make it up here and talk to you guys. Like I said before, we have been doing this together since the beginning. And I mean, hearing him talk, it just makes me smile because he's doing so much. He has a meeting in 20 minutes, but he still fits me in. He still makes sure to come to my spaces. You're awesome. And I know that's not going anywhere. You don't even play on ETH. I just force you to come to ETH when I see good opportunities. And then we have to, get your MetaMask, shake the dust off of it, and get things back in action. But that was a great share. I appreciate that. And I know you have your support group and a lot of people that have notifications on for you and everything you're building, which is beautiful to see. Because in this space, don't you want your friends to succeed? I think that's just as good of a feeling as when you're succeeding. And then hopefully you guys can do it together, right? But before we go to Peg, I just want to hand the mic over to my co-host, Benjamin, see if there's anything he wants to add, and then we'll keep going with the speakers.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So a quote kind of came upon, and I think it's really fitting. So if you're football fans, and sorry, Al, for making this kind of sports related, but I think this time around it really does fit in. So Philip Rivers, who played 17 seasons in the NFL, 16 of which with the Chargers, he said something I think so profound. He said, "In anything you do in life, it's the people you do it with that make it special." And I think that is so true. That ties into choosing your circle, building your tribe. It's the people that you do it with. In the end, it makes it all special. It makes it all worthwhile, and that's how, um, you should be very grateful and be filled with gratitude for all the people that you encounter throughout your life, because any one person or any people can definitely make a huge impact on your life, and you don't get anywhere by yourself. And I've been kind of repetitive about that statement, but it's so true. You have to, it's a lot of kind of the journey in your life is you do it with other people as well. And you walk this earth with others. You don't necessarily walk it on your own. You don't necessarily experience life on your own. You always experience life with others, and I think that is a beautiful statement. Al, I owe you a lot of sponsors, because I haven't necessarily been doing this for Connect and Chill lately, so we're going to make it up to the best of my ability for this space for however long you choose to keep the space up. Like I said before, I am completely on H2O only, so the sponsor should be a lot more clear, and we do not have to worry about the other factors. So here we go. This is partly inspired by Keenan and Kel, where Kel absolutely loves his orange soda the same way Benjamin loves Connect and Chill. So here we go. Who loves to connect and chill, choosing your circle and building your tribe? We all love to connect and chill, choosing your circle and building your tribe. Is that true? Mm-hmm. We do, we do, we do, we do, we do, we do. Ooh. And because this is a recorded space, I will not be singing "Just the Way You Are" by Bruno Mars. So a lot of the song that he sang, right, the lyrics, you can look it up, and that's how I feel about you all. But because this is a recorded space, and I don't want anything that I sing to be used against me later, I'm going to choose to elect not to until we have a space where it is not recorded and it cannot be used against me in a court of law. But with that being said, we have a lot of hands. Elle, if you want to take it away, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, we can definitely go to the hands.
Yep, that was perfectly said, and I love that quote. Thank you for sharing. But yeah, let's get back to the hands. So next up, we had Miss Peg. Nice to see you. Happy Saturday.
Thank you so much, Elle and Ben. I'm hustling like Gary V. Okay, to get to my speaking engagement at VCon, and I have all kinds of things for sale. Uh, and but I have all the sports stuff for sale and everything. I've been selling this stuff for a long time, and I had this wild thing happen to me when I tried to set up an eBay store. Um, that's another story. Okay, it's just ridiculous. And uh, so, in the meantime, I wanted to tell you about fiat wallet draining scam. Okay, I put it in the chat there, and I can post it up top too. I got three different stories from friends. Okay, and one person I like knew the person. Okay, what they do is send you, and it's usually a woman. They send you jewelry. Okay, and they put these cards inside that have a code, and you're wondering who it came from. Now, one of the people got it in an Amazon bag too. They said they went to those links. Okay, right, and so what happens is when you scan that code to find out where that came from, it drains your bank account. It somehow accesses your entire phone. Okay, it says in both of these videos that I have here, and drains your bank accounts. I don't know how the hell, right? I don't know. 2FA, what? Right. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. So I'm getting ready. I'm packing, and have my outfit ready for the speech I'm giving. And on speech, I mean I'm on a panel, about building on Bitcoin, and so it's really talking about imposter syndrome, even though I've been here a long time. But so I will be going. I'm planning on tasting In and Out. I mean that's something I have to have. Okay, even if at the airport when I go back or something that day, I've got to have In and Out. So especially after they sponsor this space after all, and so, okay, everyone, have a wonderful Saturday. Love you. Take care. If you could please share if you wouldn't mind if I put the tweet in there and a couple of them, I mean, in the nest, and if you can please share my sports stuff, I would really appreciate it. To get pegged to VCon. Okay, I got Yankee stuff like from the 1960s. These scorecards and all kinds of things, baseball cards. Whoa. If I went and had these things graded, they'd be worth a lot of money. But I can't deal with it. And after that eBay store failure, everything must go. Okay, love you.
Real quick, L. Peg, you're gonna love California. I promise you. In and Out is definitely a must for anyone who has never tried it. I highly encourage you to at least have it once in your life. I know they get a lot of backlash, and I get it. The drive-through lines are horrendous. That's the one aspect of In and Out I'm not necessarily a fan of, but I definitely encourage everyone to at least try it once in their life. So I did promise L when the significant other and myself head to New York City in February, we're definitely going to be bringing you In and Out. The thing about that is it is a 6 hour flight, and by that point I don't know if it's necessarily still going to be fresh, but we're still going to keep it intact for you to try. But I wish In and Out was on the East Coast, because the fact that they're only on the West Coast is a travesty, and I think New Yorkers definitely need to get a taste of it, because let's face it, it definitely needs to be tasted at least once. But for a 6 hour flight, and one more thing, Elle and I live on opposite sides of the country, and it's amazing how X gave us the chance to kind of meet one another and interact with each other. You don't get this on other social media platforms. You just don't. And so Spaces is the one platform, or is the one feature of this app where you can meet with anyone anywhere in the world. And that's why I love Spaces, and that's why I think the best decision I ever made was to give X a chance. It's how I came upon a lot of you guys, choosing Circle, building your tribe. So that's kind of where I've been thinking about lately. And I'll keep in mind, this is also, I know this is a recorded space, so I am very intent on everything that I've set up to this point, and I make sure not to incriminate myself in case you do decide to use it against me. But so far, so good. So I think we're safe for right now.
I don't know if Dee Dee's ex is broken or he's just so excited about In and Out. I don't know. I just keep seeing the shock emoji. It's like 1,000 times now. All right, I guess he's broken. I'm not sure. But Peg, I hope you have an awesome time. I know it's going to be super amazing. Of course, take hundreds of pictures for us so we can see your, adventure in LA and the West Coast. And I'm not sure if they're going to be streaming you while you're speaking, but I'm sure there are plenty of people that would love for you to share that if you're able to, so we can see the panel and building on Bitcoin and learn more about your journey. That's always awesome.
Thank you. Actually, it's so protected by all the lockdown on their media that we can only share 60-second clip of our whole talk. So that's all right. I'm still going to record it. Then just because I'm going to take they have them take pictures and stuff out of it. I don't have to put the audio, right? All right.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. And then Peg did share that scam up top in the Jumbotron. So if anyone wants to look into that, you guys know they're coming up with new scams every day because they'd rather scam than work. So make sure that you keep your things safe. This one sounds a little crazy. Sending jewelry. I don't know. I haven't heard this one yet, but I'm going to look into the video after the space for sure. But we do have some hands, and I know people that have been holding them up for a while, so it's probably getting a little heavy. Vicky, we tried calling you before. I think you were having some network issues. I hope we can get you on the mic now. GM girl.
GM, everyone. GM, oh, yeah, of course, I was having some network issues, but Elle is hosting the space, so I have to be on the space. So, GM, everyone. GM, GM Dev, GM, my boss, Fiona, has left the space. GM Didi, GM Benjamin, GM, everyone on the listener section. GM, everyone. Okay. I'm always going to say this. I got a notification from X that Elle is on space, and I have to pull up. She's my boss, Tiona, DJ Dev. There are people I really admire. So our topic for today is actually connect and chill, choosing your circle and building your tribe. Well, I must say this. I just got into the Web3 space, just got serious into the Web3 space, and luckily for me, fortunately for me, I met good people, which is number one was Tiona. Oh my god. Tiona was actually the one that like made me gain some followers. He helped on one of my very first space. I was talking about blockchain, and he helped on and brought his friends, his fans, and everyone. And before I know it, my space was just filled up with people. Support. I just love that guy. I love Tuna so much. I love the way he does his things. I love the way he supports. I love El. Thank you so much, El, for your support and all. You guys inspire me a lot. Also DJ Dev. Oh my god, the consistency I learned from DJ Dev. Like most mornings, I just wake up and then I'm having exams and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna read, just hop on a few spaces, or sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just gonna come on X tomorrow. But then I'm already seeing a notification from DJ Dev. He just posted something. He's always teaching me that consistency. So I'm lucky, I'm grateful, I'm building my Web3 space among people of great value like Siona, El, and DJ Dev. These people really inspire me a lot. I'm going to say from now, I'm going to keep on saying it in every space. El, Tiona, DJ Dev. You guys, I love you all so much. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you for the support. I'm learning a lot. If I should tell you, I just got into Web3 space not for more than 2 months now, and I'm already learning a lot. El is already like I'm already learning a lot. I'm trying to be consistent, hop on few spaces, take the mic, say hello and stuff like that. But anyways, I love my circle, and also I'm part of the support systems that Una is building. I'm part of the support. I'm proud to be part of the support system. I'm grateful. And also DJ Dev, I'm also going to be part of the team. I've already voted. My notification is turned up on him, L, Benjamin, DD. Oh my god, I love DDPF. I love his profile picture. Oh my god, I love it. I just love it. L, I wanted to ask, your profile picture is not with bubble gum. That giraffe is supposed to have bubble gum, L. Because like bubble gum is like one of your tag. I don't know why there's no bubble gum on your PF. Anyways, that's all I have to say for tonight. But I'm still on space though. It's evening here in Nigeria, and I have to make myself some dinner, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm still on space. I'm still here. I'm still chilling, still connecting. Thank you all for having me. Thank you so much, El. I love you.
I'm so glad we were able to hear your voice, Vicky. When you hop on the mic, it's just so positive. Like the good vibes just come. That's why I tell you, just keep requesting the mic, keep talking to people, and they would love to connect with you because you're just awesome. You bring a nice happiness to every space that you hit. So I love seeing you, and I'm seeing you in more spaces. I saw you on Tuesday. Like I think every day now we're in a space together. So you keep doing your thing. I know you're throwing flowers at everyone else, but I hope you're also giving yourself some flowers because you're showing up every day, working hard, even though you have exams and you're studying and you're dealing with math and all this other stuff that you don't want to do. But you're awesome. And there's a lot more to come. You're only 2 months in, and the journey is just getting started. So I know Benjamin had his hand up. I'm not sure if there was something he wanted to say before we keep going to the hands.
Actually, I don't. I was just testing something. So disregard that hand. That's why I kind of placed it down. So we will go to the legitimate hands in the space, which is Dgen, KD, and Remy. So sorry for the confusion, folks. I am part of another community as well, and so I'm reconsidering maybe I should rejoin that community. So disregard the hand.
All right. Well, co-host is keeping me on my toes, making sure that I'm paying attention. Basically, is what I heard. But yeah, let's keep going. Katie, I believe you had your hand up next. I haven't connected with you before. Welcome to Connect and Chill. Happy Saturday. The mic is yours.
GM everyone. This is my first time joining your space, and I'm trying to connect with more people to build up my news brand, which I pinned on the comment section. Actually, I lost my Twitter account few months back, which made me lose hope in Twitter connection and all. But last week, I tweeted to continue building and reaching out to more people instead of staying at the place and giving up on my goals and other things. So I'm back to Twitter to connect with more people, and I hope to connect with more people from this space and other spaces I'm joining.
Well, welcome. I'm sorry you lost your X account. That sucks, right? When you've been building and building and then you have to start all over. But this is definitely a great space for you to meet awesome people. There are a lot of them here, so I'm glad you joined us. I am going to give you a follow as well so we can get those numbers up. And I look forward to seeing you around more in the space and seeing what you're building. I'm going to check out what you put in the comments and we'll go from there. Nice to meet you, Katie. And we have next up Remy.
Actually, Remy sent me a text. Remy is a good friend of mine, and he sent me a text. He has to he has to do something really, really important. So I guess he's going to be back before we run the space. But yeah, he's one of the people that he's going to be up there with you guys in my tribe vibe. Apparently, that's the name that is currently winning in the poll, right? So he's going to be one of the first people in the tribe vibe. Alongside you, Vicky, and Theo now, Drizzy, and all. So yeah, I'm really, really grateful for the people I've met so far. I've been on X for a long time before. Um, due to the fact that when me and Tina started out doing Web3, we weren't really into publicity, right? We were just chill, right? So and I found I found myself doing Degen for one reason or the other. Then I started coming up on X. It was just me posting random contract addresses, and I didn't know people were seeing. Somehow something led to the other, and one of my tweets blowed up. Like that tweet was when somebody responded with their PNL to that tweet. So I guess it's kind of motivated other people that were benefiting from my calls too. So the tweet blew up. The tweet blew up. So I got followers. I was up to around 11K before I lost the account. Right then, I came back on X. I booked for a while. I ran this account up to what 1,500 followers, and I gave up. Right, it was basically because I went back to zero, which for some dumb reason I've gone back to zero again. I don't want to go into the details. Right, it's crazy, but yeah. Uh, Another thing, being with the right people does for you is that it kind of lifts you up. Like forget growing when you are down. Like Tiona said before he left, he goes into our DM and runs to her. That particular day, I think it was a few days ago. Drizzy mentioned it. I lost around 10,200, right? I hyped into the route to a bad call. Literally, the ticker of that token is bad, and I hyped into it. But yeah, I lost over 10K. Then I was feeling, it was a little bit of, because that was my, all my savings though. But I hopped into L space. I think it was L that was hosting, and it kind of went away. Like we kind of just vibed, and everybody was just, everybody from the rabbit hole was there, and we were just having fun, right? I for that moment until I went to bed, right? I literally forgot that I lost my life savings, right? And it's really, really amazing how that happens. Like when you're with the right people, when you're with people with positive vibes, it really, really helps, right? And I see a good friend down there, Dano. Dano is a degenerate like me, so I guess. But yeah, shout out to Vicky too. Vicky said something about you that I really, really resonate with. It was Vicky's first space. It was the first time seeing Vicky. Like Fiona opted in and it was like, "Yo, GF, come. Like, I'm in a space right now and it's just me and I think was it me? I don't know. For some reason, me and Fiona just opted in, and before you knew it, Vicky's space was just blowing up. Like she said, people just kept on joining, right? And we just vibed. I followed down the spot Fiona did, and we both shared the link, right? And that's one thing. Me and Fiona really, really enjoyed doing, right? Just hopping from one space to another. And there's this thing that there's this happiness that you get, this feeling that you get when you see people win, like especially people that are just starting out. Like I was in the space and I was literally checking Vicky's profile and our followers were just going up, right? And it's really, really amazing. That feeling is one of the things that keeps me going, and that that that's, that that just keeps me going. And like Elle said, why it's boring winning alone. I promise you, winning alone is boring. Like when you win with your guys, there's this the feeling, the happiness is just on a different level. there was one thing, there was one, I don't know, I think it was a call or something. Me, Tiona, Drizzy, and a couple of guys bought in, and we both printed. The vibe in that group was just different that day. Like it was on another level. Like, so since that time I've been like, no, it's really really boring winning alone, right? Imagine I aped in a call that did 20x. I was just like, man, I'm happy, I made money. But when I drop a call in my 2G channels that I don't even buy in, right? I don't even buy the token, and I see people dropping their PNL, I'm like happy just by the fact that I don't buy in. So it's really a great feeling seeing other win, and that's what I'm planning to do that, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing every day, showing up in the spaces, dropping I sharing my knowledge with people and all that. It's what keeps me going. I have literally had people just send me text my DM saying, yo bro, thank you for this, thank you for that. And even though they didn't reward me with anything, the fact that they came to appreciate me, it gives me it gives me happiness, and it's the one that keeps me going, right? So just it all boils back to the topic of the space. Connect with the right people, choose the right circle, right? People that will motivate you, people that will be your accountability partner, people that want to see you win, people that have the same goal, not necessarily the same goal. Like Fiona and L does not really do ton. Fiona, and they still find a way to connect. It's just because they envision themselves, they see themselves as great people. You don't necessarily need to be on the same blockchain or have the exact same idea before you can, push yourself, help yourself grow, right? So shout out to Vicky, shout out to Drizzy, shout out to Dano. Wale was there, but he left already. Shout out to everybody that shows up for me. Shout out to everybody that support me. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to see you guys in the Shy Vibe. And let's fucking grow. It's not go this time. It's let's fucking grow, right? Let's just grow.
Well said, DJen. Let's
I forgot
grow.
Didi. Didi, sorry. I forgot to shout out to Didi. Didi, my man. Shout out. I don't know why you are not talking, but you shout out to you. Didi is an awesome person. But yeah, I bet he's playing games or something like that. So let's fucking grow. Like I said, let's fucking grow. I look forward to see everybody in Try Vibe.
I know, it's just like a melting monkey in the corner, and he's not choosing to speak. He's speaking through emojis today, but it's okay. He's there. You said a lot of great things, right? And like you mentioned about winning together, it's so much better when you're winning with your friends and people grow. And you mentioned it doesn't have to be that they're paying you back or just them saying thank you. Like to me, that means so much when people say, wow, thank you, you made my day better, or you really helped me complete this task. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Things like that go a long way, and I think everyone should find happiness in that. It's not always about pumping your bags because outside of social media in this world, things happen in IRL, and it's really nice when you have friends that you can lean on, hang out with, play Fortnite with at 4 a.m. or whatever you're doing, whatever brings you some happiness. It's nice to make those real connections. But we still have hands up, so I do want to keep spreading it around. Benjamin, is there anything you want to say before we go to Dano?
Sure, we do have some sponsors for this space. So I just found this out. So today is Eli Manning's son, Tom Brady's birthday. So we're going to wish Eli Manning's son, Brady, a happy birthday. How the heck do you lose to the Giants twice in the Super Bowl? I have no freaking idea, but happy birthday, Brady. Wishing you all the best. Yes, he is in fact Eli Manning's son. Eli Manning is his daddy, and we're going to keep saying that within the space. So New Yorkers, you are very welcome for that. Al, I know it's a different New York. Well, I mean, let's face it, they don't even play New York. They're really New Jersey, but it's still the New York metropolitan, New York State area, give or take. So we're just gonna wish him a happy birthday to his son. So that's where we're at in the space, and then we do have some new sponsors for the space. So apparently, this space is now brought to you by State Farm, Nationwide, Allstate, Geico. So we're gonna do some jingles for you. So first off, is State Farm. Right, like a good neighbor, Liz is always there. So that's our first sponsor. Our next sponsor is Allstate. Are you in good hands? As well as Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. And then Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on Eli Manning's son, Tom Brady's birthday's jerseys. Man, that's really long to say. Hopefully, Fanatics, you can quote that or you can make that a jersey. Just put Eli Manning's son and then put 12. That would be nice. But yeah, that's the sponsors we have for you. And then L. One more thing, I did send you something in the DM. I think that should help you. But with that being said, we do have a lot of hands. So I want to give you more of an opportunity. So it looks like we have Omema, we have Dano, and we have Sir George. as speaker. And Didi, are you going to speak in this space, or are we going to see a million emojis? Because earlier we saw like 1,000 shocked emojis going at once, and we didn't know if that was you or if it was a glitch. Because usually you're not really quiet, and usually you like to participate within spaces. So hopefully you can speak soon. Because we need to hear you. We need to hear your take on the fast food joints that's brought within the space. But that's a discussion we'll have for later.
All right. And with that, we'll go to the hands. Dano, GM, happy Saturday. Always good to see you.
All right, guys. GM. Hope you guys can hear me properly. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. GM, guys. I just love hopping on your spaces. GML, GM Benjamin, GM Dev, my bro, GM. I thought Tiana here earlier, but it seems he left. GMDD, like we have lots of people here. So GM to basically everyone. I've been listening for a while, but like I've been doing some stuff in the background, so I guys, I love to just hop on your spaces and kind of vibe with you guys. And I think the space title it kind of resonates with what like Tion and the gender always do. I see them a couple of times helping small accounts and all. I mean, Tion even go as far as making a group for them, trying to support them and all. So I should definitely commend them. Should comment definitely commend both of them. I mean, they are putting in the work just to support these guys. I saw Tiona added us to a group he created just to help small accounts, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's going through all that just to like help these guys. And I think like this is one of its kind. Tiona will basically, I think it's about time I call him the god of repost. I mean, he's one of the person I know that reposts lots of like people's posts. And most of the time you'd see he does it with these small accounts just to make their views on their posts a little higher. Because I feel like there are some small content creators here on earth and they don't really get the visibility they deserve, something like that. I mean, everybody have time to grow and all, but there's some unique content being put in, like people put out every single day. But I don't really feel they get the visibility. I think the honor has like giving these guys the visibility they deserve and all. Yeah, and the gen dev. I think I also hopped on Vicky's space the other day. I saw the support these guys gave to her, and it was crazy. So I feel like hanging out with you guys. I'm learning from you guys. I mean, I'll be following you guys in the back, the gen dev and Tiona alongside L. I'll be following you guys. I'll imitate you guys and try and support whichever way I can. So it's all good. It's all good. I enjoyed like the vibe here. So I'll be sticking with you guys for a while. I mean, I hop in a lot of spaces daily. They've been like network glitches in Nigeria, in the entire country. I thought it was myself alone experiencing this network glitch, but it's in the whole country. I've never been this frustrated in my life. I mean, I go to Telegram, it doesn't load. Come to S, I couldn't join spaces, and it was terrible. I mean, I was so frustrated that I had to go watch movies. But I can't concentrate while watching the movies because it seems like a part of myself is gone. I always do this is my daily routine. I do these stuff daily. So not being able to do that was sad. But now I think I can hop on spaces, so I will just hang around with you guys. So well, I think we should take the next speaker. I've spoken a lot. So GM everyone, and it's nice being here with you guys.
I feel like I haven't really spoken to you in a while. So, normally we make fun of you and how Tiana says you eat up the mic, but I haven't heard from you. So it's nice to hear your voice. I'm glad you're doing well. And I will hand it over to the next speaker. I know he's been patiently waiting. One of my fellow giraffe friends, Omema. How are you, GM?
Yeah, what's up, L? GM to you, Benjamin. GM Dicty, GM DJ Dev, GM Dano, GM to everybody on this space. I hope you guys have been good. How's been your Saturday so far?
It's good. It's good. I've been having a good day, and this is an awesome space. I'm glad so many really great people showed up. It means a lot to me. I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, I guess you deserve that. You deserve people showing up for you because you literally show up for everyone in this space. So you're doing so much, and I'm glad everybody is supporting you back. GM,
I guess you're part of the circle to build with actually, to be very honest, to be factual about ourselves. You're giving a lot to the space, you're giving a lot to the community, and to talk about my journey, I did have to like give appreciations to my close friends and person of Tiona and DJ Dev. They are absolutely amazing folks, to be very honest. They've been with me through the canteen. They are my bosses, they lead me right from time. And much appreciation to Dano also. He's just such a lovely brother to me. So I think to be successful in this web space, you need a good cycle, like a cabal or something. You can't do it alone, irrespective of how independent you are in this space. You can't really do it alone. You need support from people, to be very honest. And I'm so much grateful for God for blessing me with good people around me, to be very honest. And I can't count my blessing and count them as well. Because irrespective of what you do, irrespective of how strong you are, irrespective of who you be, you really need a good support to try. And I think that's amazing about good people. Good people still exist, and I'm grateful and blessed with you. And also, I think um DJ Dev is trying to create a community of support and stuff. I don't know if anybody is going to be interested in such. Like if you deem fit, you can definitely hit up with the jumbo truck right on top. I'm just here to like contribute one or two because I'm so busy with real life stuff. So I did have to go very soon with you guys. Elle is someone that actually like deserves so much praises. She's been a good woman, good queen, connecting people here and there, and I'm so much appreciate her practice. First, yeah, thank you for this opportunity, Elle. Thank you very much. See you guys later.
Oh, Mema, thank you for your kind words. It means so much to me. It really does. I appreciate it. Shout out to you too, because you've been grinding, you've been showing up, losing sleep. You're always there supporting in all of the spaces that I go to. Any space that I'm running, co-hosting, I'm speaking. You always show me lots of love. So I really appreciate you. I'm glad we're on the same team. I'm glad we're building together. I'm definitely interested in DGen's new group for sure. He posted a tweet up top. Let's fucking grow. Everyone should go like and repost that if you want to be part of this tribe, because that is the vibe for sure, for sure. But enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a little later over there in Nigeria, so you might be winding down. But yeah, I appreciate your words and your presence here always. You're always welcome on my speaker panel, and you already know that. But before we get to the next hand, I'm going to hand it back to my co host, check in, see if there's anything he wants to add, and then we'll go to our new speaker.
Sure. We are an hour and 20 minutes into the space. So I think now is a great time to do a quick beverage check. So I think it's a great time to stretch your legs. Get up, make sure you are hydrated. Like Al mentioned earlier, it is really hot, so make sure you're drinking a lot of H2O for sure, and not the other beverages. I know it's very tempting. I'm there with you, but H2O is the most important beverage. It's the healthiest beverage, and it's the liquid that we need in our body for sure. So H2O for the win. The other beverages, we'll kind of save that for Sunday fun day brunch day. And because this is a recorded space, I have a feeling you know the type of beverages we are talking about, but we will save that for tomorrow's conversation. Um, yeah, I do want to go to Sir George, and then after Sir George, I will kind of give a little bit more of kind of my thoughts on choosing circle and building your tribe. So go ahead, George.
GM guys, I really appreciate this opportunity to speak. I hope everyone can hear me, right? Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, GM guys. Actually up on this meeting because of the title I saw, Connect and Chill, and it's basically what I actually wanted at this point in time because I left X for so long after I'd lost two of my account. I spent a lot of time to build and I was kind of discouraged, so I gave up and I left X. So coming back was a big thing for me, and I'm basically down. I'm basically down, like in terms of followers. So I need the connection, I need the friends, I need the circle, and the family. So when I saw the title of the recording, the live, I just got to open and it's basically for networking. I like no, I do have I've seen Dano in some of his live and I joined. The last one he hosted was the gen of this. Or thing I learned a lot. So when I saw him too, that gave me the motive to hop in. And great to see Benjamin, great to see the host and the ghost and every other speakers. I really want to make I mean make friendship, like build a relationship from this particular group, from this particular live stream. And I am welcome. So I really appreciate the mic, giving me the mic and opportunity to speak to everyone. So I really appreciate every one of us, and I owe each and every one of us in the high esteem. So let's just connect and chill, as the title of the forum say. Okay, so thanks. That's all I have to say. GM guys, once more, I really appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you here before or much around the spaces, but now that we've connected, I'm going to throw you a follow and hopefully see you in more spaces. You said you're friends with Dano. So I know him through a lot of other friends. So that's a good start. And, share what you're doing, share what you're building. Like I said, DJ and Dev did put that tweet up top. Share that, maybe comment on there and build those connections. There's so many awesome people in this space right now. So it's a great place for you to look around, start following, and choosing your circle, building your tribe, the whole theme of the day here, which is awesome. We do have one other speaker on the panel. I don't see his hand up. I'm not sure if it was earlier. Bukati, I'm going to say. If you'd like the mic, you're more than welcome to join us in the conversation. Let us know your experience or just say hello. Okay. Or not, and that's cool too. So, Benjamin, I know you said you wanted to say something, so I'll hand the mic back to you. And you can bring her back home to the topic and share some thoughts. If we're winding down, then we'll start wrapping and going from there.
Okay, I found the space that you and I first interacted out, October 25th, 2023. So we're about 9 months after the fact. So it's you and I have known each other longer than I thought originally. So it just goes to show you, you just never know the impact you can have on someone's life. And October 20, did I say 25th? Yeah, okay, October 25th. It's been one wild ride, and I never, that space. I remember you came in, Al. Actually, I think that was one of the first CLE spaces, if not at the time it was the beginning of CLE. And so, for 9 months and counting, you've been right there with me every step of the way, encouraging me to do CLE. Yes, I am sober and yet I can't talk. So imagine if I was drinking, but that's besides the point. So this is kind of why I think choosing your circle, building your tribe is so important. You have to give credit to the people in your life that, really got you to this point. And, I was actually trying to look which space it was. Al, there's a way you can actually go back and see all the spaces you've hosted. And I remember that space. So I was like making sure that I'm pretty sure this is the first one Al came into. And so ironically, it's episode 1. So actually when CLE first started, well, this was technically before we called it CLE, but it was really the first episode of, positivity and kindness. And you were actually a day one supporter. So congratulations, my friend. See, this is West Coast and East Coast can folks get along. I'm going to keep saying it throughout this space. We can get along. We can vibe well. So, for the last few weeks, it low key kind of hurt my feelings when you took shots at us, even though, I welcomed you in from day one. So little kind of hurt, but no, I'm just kidding. No, this is incredibly wonderful, and I appreciate everyone who, or I should say, Elle and I super appreciate everyone who has come up to speak. I know Elle super appreciates anyone who supports, Connect and Chill or any spaces she hosts, because I can tell you Elle is extremely hardworking. She doesn't quit, she doesn't give up, and she'll do everything she can to build a community for everyone to come through. Which is why I think In and Out, if you're listening, or Wingstop, if you're listening to the space after the fact, what are we doing here? Why are we not sponsoring L Spaces, Connect and Chill? We've tried to reach out to you, Wingstop. We have yet to get a response. In and Out, I see you have a fan account. I don't know if you actually have a legitimate account. If you do, can you reach out to L, maybe sponsor her, send her some free In and Out, complimentary on the house? I think you can definitely do that. But I think that is so important. That's how we choose our circle, build our tribe. And um, I keep saying it. You have to be very appreciative of the people in your life and the people who walk this earth with you and walk this planet. So with that being said, Elle, we do have another sponsor of the space. This is by SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants is a proud sponsor of this space, and there's an acronym. I think it's fun, right? So if you watch SpongeBob when you watch the episode, this was the first thing that came to mind. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna go the appropriate route. We're not gonna go the other route by Plankton. So we're gonna keep the SpongeBob related. So here we go. Hopefully I got this right. If not, I apologize. So don't blame L at this, or don't blame L for this. I will take all the blame. So here we go. I don't know if this is a jingle or if this is a song. If I sing this, I apologize. So, like I said, don't fault out for this. I will take the whole blunt. And if you're going to fault me, then fault me. So, here we go. Here we go. So, it's fun, right? So, F is for no. Oh yeah, F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anybody and anytime and on down deep at the deep blue sea. So that's the acronym for fun, and I think that is a great uh, incorporation into the space. Hopefully, I got that right. I probably have to do some more homework. I don't know if that was completely uh, accurate, but L, that's the first time we did a SpongeBob variation of a jingle. So you are welcome. You are the first person I've done this with. So let's just say everything I do, I always make sure you are number one on my list. So there we are.
That's so funny. I used to have the SpongeBob soundtrack. I know it sounds silly, like a soundtrack. Yeah, there are like 7 songs on it, but that was one of them, the fun song. So that's something new. Thanks for bringing that to the space. I also cannot believe you found the date. Wow, October 25th. I didn't know it was your first space either. To me, you seem like such, like I was so new to spaces, and it seemed like you were a space host. You knew what you were doing. You were vibing out. You ran the space so well. And I was just, I was new. I was learning. And I always say, like, I was going through the tough time. I had lost my dog. I was kind of depressed and all of my feels. And I walked into your space, and it's kind of like, Degen shared his story. He was having a bad day. He walked into a space and he just forgot about all the stuff that was bringing him down. And that's how I felt when I started going to your spaces. And that's why I love your spaces so much. And I encourage you to continue them when you are able. Of course, IRL comes first. But when you are able, because it's such a positive and uplifting environment, and you never know who needs that. That's why I always say, the speakers are just as important as the listeners. And you never know who's listening, and you're brightening their day or you're saying something that resonates with them. It all matters. And so every single person in this room matters equally, and it's all of our energy, our vibrations that build the space, that build Connect and Chill. The reason that I'm still doing this, 8 months later. I remember I started it, my birthday's January 1st, and I came back the next day and I'm like, I think I want to start a new space. And that's how Connect and Chill was born. And now we've been doing it. Benjamin's been here by my side. Also my friend Adri down there in the listener lounge. He's been there. He's been super helpful in all of my spaces. When we talk about people that are accountability partners, these are 2 of mine. People that, I support and support me, and we celebrate the big wins and we can laugh off the losses. But we're here to support each other. So I hope each and every one of you finds that or has already created that for yourself, because it is really important and it makes such a difference. So I do feel like this is a great point here for us to start wrapping up. I don't want to take up too much of your Saturday. So I'll start by, again, thanking all of you for being part of the discussion on community building. Some of you shared some stories, the wins, the losses, the happy, the not so happy, but it all adds up. It all makes us who we are. So thank you. All of your participation and insights make a difference. And whether you spoke, you listen, you share comments, you're listening to the recording, you all contributed, like I said, to the energy and the vibes. I also want to say a special thank you to Audacity. Our space will be streaming in the metaverse on their platform, so you can always catch it there as well. And remember to continue showing up for each other, right? Let's support each other. You can't always make every space, but you can drop a comment, you can share it out, check in on people. A DM goes a long way. I know I try to DM a lot of you guys and just say hi, hope you're having a good day, hope your exams are going well. And a lot of you check up on me, right? If I'm not here if I miss a space, I'm not here for a few hours, I'm going to get 10 DMs from people like, are you okay? Where are you? So I appreciate you guys. You look for me and I look for you too. And I'm here for the long haul. I'm here to support everything you do, as long as it's within my power, as long as it's positive, as long as we're spreading kindness and doing the right things here. And, we are better together. I'm going to keep that line, as one of my fellow rabbits shared earlier. But before we close, I'll hand it back to you, Benjamin. Anything you want to add? And then I have a little tune for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know I've kind of mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it one final time for this space. You never know what someone is going through, and you never know, how much of a positive impact you can make on their life just by being available. And Els mentioned this earlier, the importance of checking in on each other. I think that is so important. whether someone is having the best day or someone is maybe having a difficult time, that check-in can mean so much to them. So I encourage everyone to check in on each other, right? Check in on your loved ones, check in on your family, check in on your friends. Because life really is short, and you are not necessarily guaranteed a tomorrow. So let's do our part. Let's be kind. Let's be positive. Let's be encouraging. And I'm going to say it one more time for everyone in the space. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. And is for anybody and anytime when I'm down deep at the deep blue sea. So, yes, that is part of this recording. I know I outed myself. I will take full responsibility for that. But that will be the one tune that I am more comfortable sharing with you all. My singing is not necessarily the best, and I will admit to that. That's why I was not gifted a voice similar to Bieber. And I will always say JB is the goat of all Justins. He has a solo Christmas album. Timberlake does not, but that is a discussion for another space. Which actually brings us to our next sponsor. Before we wrap up, this space will now be brought to you by Justin Bieber. Once again, Justin Bieber, the greatest Canadian singer in the history of the world, is a proud sponsor of this space, and our amazing host L loves JB. I do too. So whether you're listening to Mistletoe, Ghost, Never Say Never, Baby, or Is It Too Late? Or sorry, I should say. JB is definitely the best artist. He's the best Canadian artist, and yes, for everyone in this space, he is Canadian. So we're gonna we got to make sure to mention that in this space. But this has been an amazing conversation. It is still hot, right? Obviously, hydrate. Stay cool. And then tomorrow, L also is doing Sunday Fun Day Brunch Day. We are so looking forward to that space as well. That's another great space for us all to come together, for us to come hang, chill, and bring your beverage of choice. Like I said, this is a recorded space, so I think it's best that we leave those beverages for tomorrow. Today we stick to H2O, we stick to water, and we don't necessarily stick to the 5-hour energy shots, which technically are not healthy for you. So I do encourage you not to take those shots because I'll be honest with you all, I've taken those the last couple of weeks, and I usually tend not to get a whole lot of sleep, which is why I'm always up. And I'm always finding ways to prove that Bieber is better than Timberlake, which actually is probably beneficial, L, because we talk so much about Bieber is the GOAT. So how Timberlake is ever compared is mind-boggling because let's face it, the movies he's in, not necessarily the greatest, his songs not necessarily the greatest, and yet people think he's better than Bieber. But that's besides the point. I know you want to wrap up. I could go on for another few hours. This isn't necessarily a 24-hour space, and I don't want to keep L too long. So with that being said, handing this back to you, my friend.
All right, that was perfect. Yep, maybe that'll be an upcoming discussion in another space because that is fun when we compare the best of the best with the same names. I like that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Happy Saturday. This was Connect and Chill. We're here every Saturday, and then tomorrow, you want to meet me in my next space. We are doing brunch. I have pinned that up top. It's going to be a really fun Sunday fun day, and I look forward to seeing you all there. But on that note, let's play some music, and hopefully, all have an amazing day.